Questions about how gaps in the system can allow warning signs to be missed and how that can put the public at risk.
And tonight, the nation is grappling with a different tragedy that is also sparking questions about safety after the death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Now, what was supposed to be just another stop on his college speaking tour turned to chaos. Kirk was talking to thousands of students at Utah Valley University near Salt Lake City when he was hit by a single bullet. President Trump later announced on social media he had died. Here's what the president had to say about Kirk this morning.
Charlie was a giant of his generation, a champion of liberty, and an inspiration to millions and millions of people. We miss him greatly, yet I have no doubt that Charlie's voice and the courage he put into the hearts of countless people, especially young people, will live on.
Also in that address, President Trump announced that he will award the Presidential Medal of Freedom posthumously to Charlie Kirk. A date for the award has not been determined yet, but he said he does intend to have a big crowd there to watch the event. For years, Kirk had been one of the most visible figures in conservative politics, co-founding Turning Point USA, a nonprofit known for engaging young people in political discussions on high school and college campuses. He headlined events across the country, including the Republican National Convention. But his death has now thrust him into another conversation, one about the growing threat of political violence in America. We saw it last year with 2 attempted assassinations on President Trump's life, and he's not the only one who has been targeted. Back in June, Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman was killed alongside her husband. That same day, State Senator John Hoffman and his wife were also shot but survived. All the victims were Democrats, killed in a targeted attack by a lone gunman who was against their beliefs. In 2020 in Michigan, federal agents foiled a plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, a plan prosecutors say involved surveillance of her home and discussions of execution. In 2017, a gunman opened fire on Republican lawmakers as they practiced for a congressional baseball game. 5 were hurt, including Louisiana Representative, now House Majority Leader Steve Scalise. The FBI and Department of Homeland Security have both warned about threats of domestic extremism in relation to politics. They sent out a joint bulletin about it before last year's election. Lawmakers agree political violence is no longer rare.
In 20 years leading up to 2015, we had 2 incidents of political violence against elected officials. In the 10 years since, we've had 25. The numbers tell the story. It is much more dangerous than it used to be.
Part of the challenge, many public figures today, like Kirk, are not elected officials, so they don't get protection from the Secret Service. They speak in open venues, often with little or no security screening. We spoke with WBTV security analyst Carl DeLaGuerra about the vulnerabilities.
Well, open areas are obviously the hardest to protect versus inside where you have a more controlled environment.
DeLaGuerra says after high-profile attacks, event organizers and security teams typically reassess risk, sometimes moving venues or tightening entry points. We're already seeing some of that. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a progressive congresswoman from New York, announced today she is postponing an upcoming appearance in Raleigh. She was scheduled to rally with the North Carolina Democratic Party this Sunday. South Carolina Representative Nancy Mace also confirmed today that she and her team will not be planning any outdoor events for the foreseeable future in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death. DeLaGuerra says it's likely the public will notice more of these changes in the days and weeks to come.
I would anticipate that the public should be prepared for more stringent security protocols, bag checks, hand wanding, this sort of thing as they go into an event. Possibly, definitely an increase in security and law enforcement presence at the
As political tensions rise, security experts say these kinds of precautions may become the new normal at rallies, speeches, and even community events, all in hopes of preventing the next tragedy and putting an end to gun violence. Jamie?